Happy Sunday morning. Here's the little guy that was making so much noise in the reading yesterday. This is Ollie. He just turned 1. He's our curious kitty that we found in the rumble strip on the side of a highway in a pouring down rainstorm. And we brought him home and made him part of the family. Okay, so I'm coming on in my PJs because this was so cool. I woke up this morning. I had just gotten this book back from my mom's yesterday, and it was sitting on my dresser, and something told me just to do a little bibliomancy and just flip it open to a random page, which I've loved doing since I was a little girl. And if you caught the reading 2 days ago when I was in my car, I mentioned the ugly duckling, right? So this is so cool how the guides work. I opened it up like this, I flipped through some pages, and then I just stopped on page 172, and my eyes are drawn right here to the break in the page, and it's called The Exile of the Unmatched Child. First line: in the story, the various creatures of the village peer at the ugly duckling. So I talked about the ugly duckling, if you didn't see it, being the autobiographical tale of the author Hans Christian Andersen, who was also a Life Path 11. Life Path 11s can be late bloomers. So it says, oh, and the title, let's at least see the title of this section to give some context. Finding One's Pack, Belonging as Blessing. So it's from chapter 6. Yeah, and the whole thing starts with the ugly duckling. But I'm going to read the part that I turned to, because it may have a message for somebody else who can relate to this story. So it's time for story time, y'all. Okay. So I read that. He is not ugly in reality, but he does not match the others. He is so different that he looks like a black bean in a bushel of green peas. The mother duck at first tries to defend this duckling, whom she believes to be her offspring, but finally she is profoundly divided emotionally and withdraws from caring for the alien child. Where's my star seeds at? His siblings and others of his community fly at him, peck at him, torment him. They mean to chase him away, and the ugly duckling is heartbroken, really, to be rejected by his own. It's a terrible thing, especially since he really did nothing to warrant it other than look different and act a little different. If truth be told, we have here, before the creature is even half grown, a duckling with a massive psychological complex. Girl children who display a strong instinctive nature. Where's my Aries moon, girls? Aries moon. Okay, so for those of you guys that don't know too much astrology, your moon sign is what you typically express before adulthood. And you could range adulthood, I guess, depending on how quickly you had to grow up. But point being, I was very Aries when I was young. I was all the keywords you hear about for Aries, like pioneering, like leader, go-getter, like adventurous, trying new things, climbing trees, running through ditches. Anyway, okay. Girl children who display, and I feel like I need to say this because sometimes I listen to my videos and I can hear my breathing. I have really bad asthma, and the air quality right now, we have an orange alert where I live. So my wheezing is really bad right now, just in case anybody is wondering. I feel the need to explain. Okay. I need a sip of water too. Okay. Girl children who display a strong instinctive nature often experience significant suffering in early life. From the time they are babies, they are taken captive domesticated, told they are wrong-headed and improper. Their wildish natures show up early. They are curious, artful, and have gentle eccentricities of various sorts, ones that, if developed, will constitute the basis for their creativity for the rest of their lives. Considering that the creative life is the soul's food and water, this basic development is excruciatingly critical. Generally, early exile begins through no fault of their own and is exasperated by the misunderstanding, the cruelty of ignorance, or intentional meanness of others. Then the basic self of the psyche is wounded early on. When this happens, a girl begins to believe that the negative images her family and culture reflect back to her about herself are not only totally true, but also totally free of bias, opinion, and personal preference. The girl begins to believe that she is weak, ugly, unacceptable, and that this will continue to be true no matter how hard she tries to reverse it. A girl is banished for the exact reasons we see in The Ugly Duckling. In many cultures, there is an expectation when the female child is born that she is or will become a certain type of person, acting in a certain time-honored way, that she will have a certain set of values, which if not identical to the family's, then at least based on the family's values, and which at any rate will not rock the boat. These expectations are defined very narrowly when one or both parents suffer from a desire for the angel child, the perfect conforming child. Oh, I played the role so well. It's taken so long to unwind. Holy cannoli. In the parent's fantasy, whatever child they have will be perfect and will reflect only the parent's ways and means. If the child is wildish, she may unfortunately be subjected to her parents' attempts at psychic surgery over and over again, for they are trying to remake the child, and more so trying to change what her soul requires of her. Though her soul requires seeing, the culture around her requires sightlessness. Though her soul wishes to speak its truth, she is pressured to be silent. Hello, opening throat chakra. Ah! Oh, goodness. Neither the child's soul nor her psyche can accommodate this. Pressure to be adequate in whatever manner authority defines it can chase the child away or underground or set her to wander for a long time looking for a place of nourishment and peace. I am 45 years old and I have finally created my sanctuary for me and my children. It's been a long search, y'all. Can anybody relate? Please comment so I don't feel so alone. When culture narrowly defines what constitutes success or desirable perfection in anything, looks, height, strength, form, acquisitive, power, economics, manliness, womanliness, good children, good behavior, religious belief, there are corresponding dictates and inclinations to measurement in the psyches of all its members. So the issues of the exiled, wildish woman are usually twofold, inner and personal, and outer and cultural. Let us attend here to the inner issues of the exile, for when one develops adequate strength, not perfect strength, but moderate and serviceable strength in being oneself and finding what one belongs to, one can then influence the outer community and cultural consciousness in masterful ways. What is moderate strength? It is when the internal mother who mothers you isn't 100% confident about what to do next. 75% confident will do nicely. 75% is a goodly amount. Remember, we say that a flower is blooming whether it is in half, 3/4, or full bloom. So the next part goes on to talk about the kinds of mothers and like their different effects on this particular archetype. If you guys want to hear more, I love reading out loud. It actually gets me to read. So I'm happy to do that. But if not, I hope you got something out of that, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.